Hello and welcome to series of WAIPA short interviews with representatives of investment promotion agencies. My name is Bostjan Skalar and I'm the Executive Director of World Association of Investment Promotion Agencies, WAIPA. The purpose of these interviews is to get an overview how IPAs all around the world are responding to COVID-19 crisis, what measures they are taking, and what actions they are planning to post-COVID-19 era. So today it's my sincere pleasure to have with me Mr. Shawn Chang, Head of Invest Korea from Kotra Investment Promotion Agency, and also our distinguished member of steering committee responsible for directorship for East Asia and Southeast Asia. Welcome, Shawn. My first question to you would be, so what's the current situation in Korea and what measures are being taken to alleviate the impact of COVID-19 on the economy?
Okay, as of today, we have, well, in terms of death-wise, we have 267, which is the, I think one of the pretty low, because in the beginning, Korea used to be the second largest number of diagnosis and the death. But now, under all the actions we've taken, the number has been not down, but I mean, it's been very, very good, gradually slow down. And for that, our president Moon has been taking, very aggressive actions to alleviate all these issues. And we started 3T, we call it test, trace, and treat. And we're one of the first countries to start the social distancing. And for that matter, we did not, like other countries, prohibit foreigners to enter Korea in the beginning, especially from China. And as we all know, it's been known to be started from Wuhan, China. But we are one of the latest countries to start that process. But even despite all that actions, we were successful enough to slow down the number of diagnoses. And currently, we're one of the first countries to started doing the drive-through test. And I think many of the countries are following that steps as well. And not only that, we have started to work home, except myself. Except the public sectors, most of the private sectors, employees have started working at home. And we are now tracing all the suspected or diagnosed patients. And currently, the law has been passed to require QR code to when you enter the bars, restaurants, and some restricted areas. So with that, after those, because we've been dealing with the coronavirus issues, the IMF, S&P, and Fitch, they have been rated our country credits to minus 1.2, which is still negative. And that's the first negative after 1998, after the IMF. But still, it's a world average in minus 3.0. And whereas America, in the US, is minus 5.9, in the Euro, minus 7.5, and in Germany, minus 7.0. So comparing to that, it's relatively rather low development rate that we have been given by the IMFs.
It's pretty good information. What did you do as an IPA, as your first response, let's say, when the COVID occurred?
Like any other IPAs in the world, we started doing the untaxed strategies, and pretty sure same as all other IPAs, we travel a lot. And since early January, our business trip has been literally stopped. We couldn't go anywhere. So for that, we have doing a video conference with other investors. And in one of the teams, we support startup companies. So, and we had a lot of events in overseas with the investors and VCs. But what we did is that we have recorded the pitching sessions of startups. And we have distributed to all the investors and VCs through our network. As we've been telling you, we have 229 offices all over the world, and out of 36, those are designated to support investment sectors. And so we have, and okay, and also there was another event we were going to attend, it's MWC. As you know, the event has been canceled. So the companies were supposed to be participating in MWC. We have recorded them, as well as other events companies. So we've done recording all the pitching sessions, and we are on the process of distributing our videos, clips to investors and venture capitalists. And of course, you know, by OnTech, we communicate with investors in the U.S., Europe, China, and Japan, and we kept relationship. And the investments, oddly enough, it has not been slowed down as of now. I think that's because all the investment that has been planned from previous year. But now, because they can not actually visit in terms of real estates and other investments as well, because they could not see the sites, they could not visit Korea and see for the inspections.
Sure.
They all have been delayed, and right now we don't have the exact number in terms of how much of the investments has been delayed. But like I said, as of second quarter, we are not so far behind, but we're expecting on the towards third quarter, we're expecting quite a bit of delay.
But no withdrawals, which is a good news, I guess, right?
Withdrawals not yet.
Yeah. Great.
Right.
Okay, I'll go to my second question. So you as a leader of an IPA, let's say, in your opinion, what will be the field of investment promotion agencies, let's say, shaped in the long term, and why may IPAs need to adjust their strategies and use this, let's say, COVID crisis as a chance rather than, let's say, threat?
I guess I could give you answers in perspectives of as a Korean IPA. Recently, our president Moon has been emphasizing on foreign direct investment inbound and reshoring, because reshoring, Invest Korea is also in charge of reshoring. So because of all the global value chains being changing, because all the companies been closed down, all the workers were not being able to or permitted to work. All the global value chain has been changing all throughout the world, not only in Korea. So we are now more focusing on high-tech investments into Korea and reshoring companies into Korea as well. And for that, we have formed a lot of committees to enforce those two investments in reshoring. And government has recently been putting a lot of budgets to support that as well.
So you can say that there are no changes in your structure as an IPA, or it would be some, let's say, problems with financing. It's even better. The government supports even more, gives you even more, let's say, credibility and functions actually to boost the FDI in the future.
Indeed, yes. All the fundamental is not being changed. Like I said, and the government and our president has been emphasizing those two issues. So it's been more strengthened by the as a role of IPA. Yes.
It's actually a great news. So obviously the government recognized the importance of the IPA and the crucial role being, let's say, like a bridge between the private sector and the governments. Okay, this is a great, actually, great news. And for my last question, I would like to ask you, so why you believe it's actually connected with what we just said? Why IPAs or any other, let's say, institutions that are assisting in the FDI field are more relevant than ever, and why the cooperation or collaboration with other institutions is so vital? Not only, let's say, the outer stakeholders, but maybe also within your own structure in the government. So the collaboration, whatever needed to assist, especially, I presume, the existing investors.
Again, it's pretty much the answer I will be giving previously. sorry. What was I gonna say? My mind. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, the idea
Yes.
is why IPAs are more than ever relevant and why the
Right. Right.
cooperation with other institutions is vital. So with
There
either
you go.
internal or external.
Mhm. So we have done a little survey on foreign invested companies, and among most of the companies, they said they would not hesitate to invest in Korea more. I mean, they would not hesitate to stop the investments. So, and on top of that, because of, I don't know whether you know or not, but we had an election in the like middle core of the coronavirus issues. It was
Yes,
in April.
I heard, yes.
Yeah, and many of the countries with the upcoming elections were very focusing on our how we go about this election period, and apparently there has not been any incidents or accidents regarding the corona. So we have
Mhm.
done pretty well, in terms of social distancing and all this with using all the tactics. So after that, I think that, like it's again in a perspective Korea, I think the brand has been pretty gone up, and understanding
Mhm.
that from the government, they are more focusing on to recruit more investments and reshoring process as well. So again, IPA is becoming more important than ever after all those issues that we've dealt with the Corona pandemic area. I don't know whether I answered you correctly or not, but
Yes, yes, of course. We are all aware that it's not every system fits to all. So that's
right,
why we are trying to make these interviews to understand the different, let's say, levels of the countries. And you are
right.
obviously one of the, I would say, luckier ones, especially because of
I
having a
know.
very, very good relations with your government and supporting you fully. And then of course you can assist properly the investors, which is their main, I mean, it's your main task to assist them that they can the easiest way possible overcome the corona crisis, and of course make plans for the future. And obviously I'm glad to hear that you just said that it looks like it's even going up your level, I mean your value
Yes,
of an
yes,
IPA. And I'm sure the investors also see this and they have a trust to invest into Korea. This is what actually is
yes,
the main message that I would like to give from this. And I liked what you said. How did you say before? Trace, track, and treat,
yes.
right? This
Trick
is
and
what,
treat.
yeah, track and treat. Yes, this is what actually I guess everyone should take into consideration, even in just within the FDI field, because it's a good thing. You know, you are following the investors, and then of course you treat them in a right manner so that they can cope with the crisis and then go with the further plans for the investments.
For
Uh,
example, I mean, all these diagnosis patients, we know exactly where they are. You know exactly what they've been through, gone through. We track them, so we cannot go. So with that system, I think all the investors in Korea have encountered how we have reacted to the pandemic. So that's one of the issue. That's one of the things that have we have increased their credibility to do a business.
Great. Thank you very much, Sean. It was really insightful. I'm sure the listeners that are listening this series of videos would learn a lot from Korea example. And
Thank you very much.
I really do appreciate for your time in this, I would say, difficult times, that you are willing to share the insights with our audience. Um, I would also like to thank very much for the whomever will listen to this, and please stay tuned. Follow us on our social media, our webpage. You can find a lot of, let's say, other insights from other IPAs in our even COVID-19 platform under our webpage. And we will be keeping you in touch and giving you some new opportunities to listen from your peer colleagues. So Sean, thank you again. And
Thank you very much, Bostjan.
I wish you all the best. And of course, keep in touch anytime.
hope to see you soon again in anywhere, right?
In person, I hope. I
In
hope
person,
in person.
of course.
And also
All right,
stay healthy and safe.
that's what I was gonna say. Please be healthy.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very much,
much.
Bostjan.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Have
you.
a good
Bye.
day. Thank you.
All right, you too
Bye
now.
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.